My name is Alex Cleland. I'm a technical support engineer at iSpring, and this is iSpring webinar series where we talk about e-learning trends, share iSpring tips and tricks, and cover clients' cases. And the topic of today's webinar is how to create an online quiz with iSpring Suite. iSpring Suite is an authoring tool for creating e-learning courses based on PowerPoint slides where you can add quizzes, interactions, role plays, audio or video narration. And today we will deeply dive into the quiz creating process. And before we get started, let's take a look at today's agenda. We will create a quiz from scratch and learn how to set up appropriate feedback messages to each question and add points for correct answers and even take these points back when users are choosing incorrect answers. Also, we will customize the design of your quiz, and of course, we will make sure it looks good on all devices, including mobile devices, and we will convert our quiz to SCORM, or we can convert it to HTML5 format or any other format that you use in your LMS or a website. So the topic of our quiz will be first aid. And accidents can happen even in low-risk organizations with just a few employees. So it's better to be safe than sorry, and prepare your first aiders in advance. First aid training will give them confidence to step in to help when an emergency occurs. After completing a course on a subject, a first aid quiz is a great way to test your learners' knowledge. So let's take a look at the quiz requirements. Our quiz should consist of 6 questions. These questions should be shuffled, and for each question, there should be a feedback message. A learner should answer each question only in 15 seconds, and the answer should be sent to the instructor's email. Also, the quiz should meet the requirements of 508 section, and it should be in SCORM 1.2 format. So let's go ahead and create our quiz. I will stop sharing my presentation and we'll share my screen. Just a second. Okay. Great. Let me know if you can see my screen. The quiz will be at the end of the course. So this is the course on fire safety and first aid. So this is the presentation that was prepared in advance. And to create my quiz at the end of this course, I will add a new slide at the end of my presentation, and then go to iSpring Suite tab. So you can see that I've already added a blank slide. So I go to iSpring Suite tab, and then I need to click quiz to add an interactive quiz to my course. So here, I need to select from graded quiz and survey quiz. The difference between the graded quiz and survey quiz is very simple. So in graded quiz, you award points to your learners for each question, and you can check how they answer these questions, and you can collect their results and analyze them. And in survey questions, there is no correct or incorrect answers. They're mostly used to collect some information, but they are not they're not assessed. So I will select graded quiz to create a new one. Okay, so now here we are in iSpring Quizmaker, which is the part of iSpring Suite authoring tool. Okay, so let's begin. with our questions. And before that, I think I would like to tell you more about the form view and the slide view. So in form view, you actually add your questions, you add the responses and build your quiz. And the slide view, you can check how your quiz will look like when it's published. So you will see how your learners will see the quiz. And this is more about design. You can apply various settings. You can add pictures here, backgrounds, and so on. For example, you can add videos. So I think we will start from the form view and start adding our questions. The first and important part of any quiz is adding a welcome slide. And we need to add a slide with instructions and a slide where our learners will have to enter their names and emails. And to do that, I need to go to the form view. So here I am, and click introduction right here. And I will need to insert all of these 3 slides. So here is the welcome slide, user details, and quiz instructions. Okay, let's start with the intro slide. And here I will just name the quiz. I will insert the name of the quiz. First aid quiz. And I think I will not change anything here. Description is set by default, so I will leave it as it is. And I think I will make it bold. The next slide is user info form. Here how it looks like when it's published. So you need to choose here what information you want to collect. I think I will just remove company, department, job title, phone, address, and so on, and leave name and email. And here you can select the condition. Optional, mandatory, don't ask. So in my case, in my quiz, I will select name and email mandatory. So this is how it looks like. And the next slide is quiz instructions. The slide can be set as the beginning of your quiz, so your employees can be prepared for the quiz. And here you can tell the users what the quiz is about and how many attempts are allowed and how many points are required to pass the quiz. You can also explain how to navigate through the test. And for example, you can let them know what they need to click in order to see the list of the questions and so on. So I will just copy and paste pre-made instructions. Just a second. Oh, I will need to find it in my materials. I'm sorry, give me a second. Okay, got it. So we have prepared our intro slides, the name of the quiz, the instructions, and user info. And now we can add questions. I will add 6 questions to this quiz, and some of them I will add manually, and some of them I will import within an Excel template. You can create 14 questions, 14 types of questions here, and here is the list of these questions. I will add multiple choice question, multiple response, true or false question, hotspot, and drag and drop. Okay, just a second. Sorry. Sorry for this pause. Okay, sorry, let's continue. So let's see how you can import ready-made questions. You can import them from any existing quiz that you created before, or you can import them from the Excel template. To make the quiz automatically recognize the questions, answer choices, points, and even media files from Excel, you have to use special formatting in your Excel workbook. So for your convenience, we prepared a correctly formatted sample template, and my colleague Kate will share it with you in the chat box. And to save time, I already filled out the template with my questions in advance. So I'll just find it. I will just find this file on my computer and import the question into my quiz. To do this, I will click on where it says import questions right here. And in the pop-up window, I will need to find my file, Excel file. Okay, I think I will select the question group 1, so it will be added there, and click import. It will take just several seconds. So here I see the pop-up that all of my questions has been successfully imported. So I click OK. And here I can see my questions in the form view. I can edit them if I need, and I can also check them in the slide view. So this is how it will look to our learners. Now I go back to the form view. Okay, so you see that here it says question group 1, and basically a question group is a set of questions, and it is very useful when your quiz contains sets of questions on different subjects. And to create a new question group, you need to click on where it says question group right here under the Home tab. And your quiz may include all the questions from the group in the fixed order, or you can set different rules for different groups within your quiz. Also, you can select a number of questions which will be randomly picked from each group. So, and to do that, I will select, I think I will need just 4 questions out of 6. So I will click here to the name of the group and select random questions and select 4. So this means that when my quiz is published, my learners will see just only 4 questions, 4 random questions from this list. Okay, as you can see, we have the default name question group. It's question group 1, and I will add other question to this group, and I'll click here and change the name. I think it will be just group 1. So now let's go ahead and add our questions. To do that, we just need to click question and select the one that we need from the list. I will create, first I think I will create the drag and drop. So I select it from the list, and I think I need to move it here. Okay. To continue creating this question, I need to click proceed right here. You can add shapes and pictures to this type of question, but I will add pictures from my resources. So to do that, I click proceed. I'm redirected to the slide view. I click picture, go to my file and select all the pictures that I needed. So they are added to the slides. I just need to resize them a little so they fit the slide better. Oops, the wrong one. Just a second, and 2 more to go. Okay. Okay. Um, Here in the slide view, you can add videos, pictures, shapes, resize them, and edit. So in this question, I've added all the pictures that I needed and go back to the form view. So now I need to select the drag items and drop targets. So to picture 1, the match will be this one. And for picture 2, it will be picture 5. And for others, they will be now match. And of course, I need the text of my question. So let me copy it from my file. Here it is. Okay. For each question, you can set up different settings under the slide options on the right side. So here it is. For this question, I will enable resetting objects to the initial state here. And this will enable the reset button on the slide, which will allow my learners to start over again. Okay, we created the first question, and let's move on to the second one, which is a hotspot. I will click question and select hotspot. This is a visual question type where learners need to select a certain area of an image as an answer. I will add a picture from my computer. To do this, I need to click from File. Or if you have a screenshot that you've copied to the clipboard, you can click on where it says from clipboard. But I don't have it, so for me it is grayed out. So as I said, I click from File and select the picture. You can add several hotspots to one image. And to add the hotspot, I need to choose one of the drawing tools right here. So it can be rectangle, oval, or freeform. I will select oval. And if I want to zoom to see the picture better and to make sure that I place the hotspot in the right place, I can zoom. And okay, this way. Then I just zoom out and go back. Since you can add different shapes, you need to select the correct one by selecting it. So here, we need to click here to make the hotspot correct, the correct one. You can even add the incorrect hotspot, and this will be very useful if you set your quiz to send if you set your quiz to send the learners answers to your email. And in this case, you will be able to analyze which incorrect option are the most popular among your learners and then provide them with some feedback. So just I will show you how to do that. You just click again to the shape and add it here. And this will be incorrect one. So I will delete it. Okay, so I don't need it. So all of questions were added, and now I need to set up some other settings, such as time limit, a number of attempts, feedback messages for my questions. So all of the questions should be answered by users within only 15 seconds. And to save my time and apply the settings to all the questions at once, I will go to the quiz properties and select question properties here. So I will enable a penalty for incorrect answers here and for unanswered questions. And penalty points for incorrect answers, it will be 2 points. Then I will enable the time limit, and it will be 15 seconds. Okay. I will accept partially correct answers. So once it's all done, I need to scroll down and click Apply to All. In the pop-up window, it will ask me what settings I would like to apply. So I just select restrictions and scoring and disable this one. Okay, and save. So the settings are applied. You can also set all of these settings for each questions individually if you want, and to do that, you just need to select the question and apply these settings here on the right in slide options. So let's move on and also add an info slide to the question group. To do that, I just need to go to the Home tab and select Info Slide. Okay, I will put it right here at the beginning of my group. So I just dragged it to the top of the group. So info slide is basically just an empty slide where you can add any information that you want, for example, additional instructions, or you can give explanations on wrong answers or anything else. These info slides don't have questions or answers, so you cannot add points to the slide. I will just add some text that explains why my learners need to take this quiz. So again, I have prepared the text, so let me copy it from my file, the description here, and I'll just name it First Aid Quiz, and I think I will make it bold. Okay, so our questions are done. And the next very important step that we need to do is to set up feedback messages. So here you can see that you can use the default feedback messages. You can just remove them at all, disable them at all, or you can give your custom explanatory feedback messages for correct and incorrect answers. So let me show you how you can edit feedback messages. I think I will select multiple choice question. Here it is. Okay, to edit a message that learners received after answering a question, you need to go to the feedback and branching section right here at the bottom and click on these three dots. So let's edit the message that goes for correct answers. I click three dots, and here I see my feedback messages. I will just add a picture, but you can actually type here anything that you want, so you can explain why this option is correct or incorrect, so you can just switch between these tabs. I will add a picture, and to do that, I click Slide View, Insert, and click Picture. So here you can customize it, you can resize it, you can change the position. I think I will select this one and make it a little smaller. Okay, and we can also format our text in the feedback, and to do that, I will select the text. And I can change the font, make it bold here, or enlarge the text. And you can do the same for incorrect feedback. So you just switch between tabs here. And again, I will change the font. Maybe I'll just enlarge it a little. And here is our question. So let's go back to the form view. You can do the same for incorrect messages, as I have said. So just again, click these three dots and add pictures or text. And for some question types, you can set up feedback for each answer option. So in this way, you can provide detailed feedback for each option, explaining why this selected answer choice is correct or incorrect. And to do that, in the slide options panel right here for the feedback, I need to select by choice. Let's select some other type of question. Okay, so feedback. Oh, sorry. Just a second. Feedback by choice. So this means that we can give feedback messages for every answer choice right here. So for choice 1, choice 2, and choice 3. You can again add pictures, audios, or text that explains why this option is correct or incorrect. And then you can do the same as we did for correct answer and apply picture here, but I will just not do it this time. And in the form view, here I'm in the form view, and I will show you one more useful feature that is called branching. So by default, questions just go one after another, but you can change the branching based on your user's answers. For example, if user selected the incorrect option, you can redirect them to some specific question in the quiz. For example, it will be the additional question on this topic, or you can even create the additional question group so that learners who made a mistake here, they will revise the topic and answer and go through some additional questions. Or you can add an info slide. For example, you can select the info slide from the list. Here is mine. And you can create an info slide with some more additional information that explains the topic better. So it could be also a question on this topic, or the info slide with some additional information. So let's move on. And I think the next step is working with the design. So I go to the slide view, and we will add the background to our quiz, because it doesn't really look cool with a white background. So to do that, I need to go to design and click format background. Then on the right, I select picture or texture fill, select the file, select the picture, and then apply to all. So now my quiz has all of my questions have the same background. For example, if you have some branding colors or branding materials in your company, you can use these pictures and backgrounds in your quizzes, so it would be more recognizable for your learners. If I would like to save this theme, this background, I click theme and save current theme. Let's name it just my custom theme. Okay, so it will always be here, my custom theme, and you can always use it in any other quizzes. And of course, you can select from the list of themes, backgrounds right here. Use some default ones if they match your course. Okay, so let's go ahead and customize the result page. Oh, sorry, I forgot about one more thing. We will customize this slide. So I will go to, I'll click Insert, Picture, and use this picture, but I will resize it a little and make it as a background. Okay, and I think we need to change the color of our text. So it will be white. Okay, I think that's it. We will leave these slides the same as they are now. So now let's customize the result page. And I will go to the very last slide here. And I need to go back to the form view. So as you can see, there are two tabs right here, passed and failed. So you can apply various settings if learners passed or failed the quiz. So you can customize them separately, and if you want, you can hide this slide result at all. And to do that, I select result slide options right here and select hide result slide, but I will leave it in my quiz. You can show the slide without the results also, so it will look this way. But again, as I said, my quiz will have the result slide. And here in the slide options, you can also select what you'd like to show to your learners at the end. You can decide whether you want to show them the passing score or whether you'd like to allow users to review the quiz, show correct answers, or show detailed report. I think I will not use this one because in my quiz, there will be two attempts. Users will be able to have 2 attempts to pass the quiz. So I enable it here and allow them to retake the quiz 2 times. And I also need to do that both for passed and failed. So I again click failed, and it is by default 2 times, as I have already set it here. And you can also select the finish action here. You can close browser window. So when the quiz is passed, the window will be closed, or you can redirect your users to some specific URL. For example, if they failed the quiz, you would like them to read some additional articles on the topic, or you just don't show close button. But I will select close browser window, and again, you can do you can apply you can apply different settings for passed and failed. So for example, for passed, it could be close browser window, but for failed, we would like to redirect our learners to some website, for example. And the next tab that I need to set up is sending results to my email. And to do that, I will go to Properties right here on the toolbar and go to the Reporting tab, the last one. I will check an option, Send Report to Instructor, and here I need to type my email where I would like my the results of my learners to be sent. For example, for me, it would be just support@ispring.com. And if you need if you need to send the results to several emails, you just type them using commas. For example, support@iSpring. Okay, this way. So 2 people or more can receive the results. In my case, it will be just this email. You can also enable include users' answers in the report to see what not just the overall result of your learners, but what they actually their answers, what they actually chosen. And you can select when you would like to receive the results, when it is passed or failed, only passed, or only failed. And you can also send the report to user's email if you want, if you need it. So I think this is it with the reporting. So I just click save. And the next step will be working with the player. So in player, you can change the colors of your, colors of your quiz. For example, you can select from the list, but as my quiz is a part of the course, the player is by default has the colors of the course player. So I cannot change it here right now, but you can definitely do that if this is just a standalone material. And you can change the colors of some elements, for example, correct, incorrect background, partially correct answers, and so on. To do that, you just need to click here and select the color by just dragging it or clicking here. Or if you need some specific color, you can type the number here. So I will not change it right now. And I would like to show you features and navigation. So you can disable or enable some features right here. For example, show avoided points, you can enable or disable it. Show question list. So the question list, when users take the quiz, it will appear. Just a second. Okay. So here is the question list. For example, I would like to disable it so my users won't be able to check what questions are there. Okay. And in navigation, you can also, for example, disable reveal the correct answer after failed attempts, so that your users won't be able to check what answers were wrong, correct or incorrect. And you can also prevent cheating if you disable it. You can allow users to postpone questions or submit all at once, so the users won't be able to see the feedback. They will only see the feedback on the quiz at the end of the quiz, so they will not see the feedback messages. And the last one is text, where you can change the buttons. You can change the language of your player. You just select it from the list right here, or you can change the names of the buttons. For example, instead of start, we can use let's go. Just a second, I will find the start. Okay, start quiz. I think I will need to okay, just restart. So I will change it to let's go. So you see that it's changed, and you can do it with every part of the player from the list. So you can change the names. Okay, then I click apply and close. And I think it's time to publish our quiz. Just a second. I go to the slide view to check that we've set everything. I think I need to maybe to resize it a little, because they were too big. Okay, that's it. So we can publish our quiz. We can do it right here from the iSpring Quiz Maker, or we can do it from the course iSpring Suite. Let me show you how it will look like. I will show you both options. So when the course is ready and your quiz is a part of the course, you can publish it right from the iSpring Suite. Just a second. So here you can change the course name, apply some additional settings. For example, the size. I want my course to feed the browser window, so I change it right here. You can apply some quality settings, change it to high quality, apply protection, and you can enable accessibility mode. So I will do that and we'll show you how it looks like when it's published. So you can do all of it right here in iSpring Suite. And when it's done, you click Publish. And you can do it right from iSpring Quiz Maker if you would like to your quiz to be a standalone material, a separate material. So you click Publish here. And here are the options that we have. Let's rename our quiz first aid quiz. Again, I will change the size, fit to browser window, and turn on the accessibility mode. Okay, so here are the publishing options that we have in iSpring Quiz Maker. The first is iSpring Space. So iSpring Space is the cloud solution for storing your courses, quizzes, role plays, and other interactive elements of iSpring Suite. And you can collaborate on your projects with your colleagues. They can comment on your slides. They can leave comments on your slides, and all of these comments will be saved and shown right on iSpring Space, which is very convenient, I think. So you won't have to send emails to each other to understand what needs to be changed. And you can share your materials with others by sending the link to the quiz, for example. And I will also show you how you can do that when I publish the quiz, after I publish the quiz. And the important thing is to enable upload source files so that you can always download your quiz back and edit it. So you cannot, it's not essential to store your quiz on your computer if it is also stored in iSpring Space. The next option is iSpring Learn LMS. I'm just not logged in right now. So this is our own LMS. Maybe you've heard about it. You can upload your courses, quizzes, and interactions right to iSpring Learn, and the publishing window basically looks the same as in iSpring Space. So your content will be uploaded to your LMS, your iSpring Learn LMS, right from iSpring Suite authoring tool. And here is one more option. If you use some other LMS, you just select the LMS tab here and select from the list of content right here. The list of publishing formats right here. So in my case, this will be SCORM 1.2 because this is the format that is mostly used and compatible with every LMS. You can customize some SCORM settings here, but we won't do this right now because I will just publish it to iSpring Space. And there is one more option to publish your quiz to Word format. You can select the document format for review so that your colleagues will just review the quiz, or a paper-based quiz. So you select it here and you select the layout. with slide screenshots or without them. I will show you how it looks like when it's published. Give me a second to open it. Okay. So this is how it looks like. This one is for review. So your colleagues will review the quiz. So, and this is the with screenshots. So you can see how it looks like. And the correct answers are marked. And you can also see the feedback right here, the feedback text. Okay, and the second option. And this is the paper-based quiz. So here our learner writes his name, his or her name, and email, and just select the answers as in usual quiz, paper-based quiz that we all are used to. And you can publish your quiz to your computer in the HTML5 format and share it with others by sending in email. But I think it is easier to do it with the iSpring space. I've prepared the published version in advance. So let me just open my iSpring space account, and I will show you how the published version looks like. And just a second. It's loading. Okay, so we are in iSpring space right now. Here are the materials that I've uploaded before. Here is my quiz that I've uploaded. I think I need to enlarge it a little. So we can preview it. We can add collaborators to our project, to our quiz, share it, and download source files to download it back to your computer and edit. So to share, you click it here, make it viewable, and you can use the link or embed code to share your quiz. You can restrict with the access with password and create a password right here. So you just basically copy and send the link to other people so that they can review the quiz or take it. And let's preview our quiz. Okay, so this is the first slide. And let me show you how it looks in accessibility mode. So you can always check how it looks in accessibility mode and how it looks as usual. So here is the timer. I have 10 seconds to answer a question. So let's take our quiz. So you see the feedback. Okay. So we see the feedback for partially correct answers, and here are the correct and incorrect options are marked, but you can disable it as I have already said it. So these are the questions that I created and imported with the Excel template. So you can see that they are interactive. Okay, here is our drag and drop question. Okay, let's select the correct answers. Okay, and our hotspot. So I click here, and you can add some other hotspots, but the correct one is this one. So then I view results, and as I'm allowed to retake the quiz 2 times, I have this option right here, retry the quiz, or I can review results before taking the quiz one more time. And close review. So I think this is it, and so we've talked about how you create a quiz, what settings you can apply, and we publish it to iSpring Space. But if you have some additional questions, you can always ask them. You can always use the chat on our website or call us whenever you need. And I think I will also answer some questions that we are left in the chat. Okay, just a second. Okay, can the quiz be uploaded on Moodle LMS? Yes, it can. As far as I know, Moodle LMS is compatible with Squirm 1.2. So if you convert your publish your quiz to Squirm 1.2, you can definitely upload it to Moodle LMS and use it there, assign it to learners, and collect their answers. I hope this helps. So if you have any additional questions, please let me know in chat. Can the quiz be, just a second, can the quiz be uploaded? This was the one that I answered, sorry. Can the quiz be held in standalone PowerPoint presentation? I'm not sure if I got the question right. So you can add just the. It's not essential to create a whole course to use Quizmaker to create a quiz. You can just simply create one slide and add a quiz there, or you can just create a quiz separately from PowerPoint. It's not essential to use PowerPoint to work with iSpring. I think I will demonstrate it right now. I will just share my screen one more time. Okay. So you can open PowerPoint and work with iSpring right here. This is the additional tab. So you just create some slides with PowerPoint as you usually do. And then you go to iSpring Suite tab and create quizzes, interactions, and role plays, and so on. But you can also create iSpring quizzes, interactions, role plays separately and save it to your computer or publish them directly to your LMS. So you just launch it from your computer, from your desktop, and start working with iSpring right here. So you can record screencasts, create flipbooks, create pages, online quizzes. If you haven't started your trial yet, you can do that right now and play around with the tool. So to see how it works. I already have the course, but want to include quizzes to those using iSpring. So yeah, you can definitely do that. Just open your PowerPoint presentation with the course, add blank slides, and use iSpring Quizmaker. So you just create a blank slide and click quiz and start adding your quizzes to the course, and then just upload it to LMS or, for example, your website. It depends on your needs, on what you use. So any other questions? Can the quiz be used in the group sessions so that all members at once? Yeah, sure. If you publish your quiz online, for example, to iSpring Space or LMS, it doesn't matter how many users are taking this quiz. So it can be 1,000 users at once. And I should say there is no limit on number of questions, on number of question choices, number of users who are taking the quiz at the same time. You can share it, you can publish to HTML5 format if you don't use LMS, and all of this, let's say 1,000 users can download the file and take the quiz at one time on their computer. Any other questions? Let's wait for a sec to see if anyone else has any questions. I think that's it. Sure. If you, as I have shown on this webinar, you can enable sending results to instructors' email, and you will receive the report that will show you the overall result of the quiz on each person. And you will be, and if you enable including users' answers to the report, you will be able to see what your users have chosen. And for example, it also might depend on the LMS, but in iSpring Learn LMS, we have a special report where you can report on quizzes. You can run it, and you can see, you won't have to try to find out it manually. You won't have to check what questions were most difficult for your learners. So you will just run the report, and it will show you the statistics on this on the quiz, and you will see what questions were most difficult for your learners, where they made lots of mistakes. Does the Squirm 2004 work best for iSpring quizzes? Yes. And if your course is rather big, or your quiz is rather big, it's better to use Squirm 2004, because this is the new version of the Squirm, and it has more capabilities. And you will definitely benefit from it if your LMS supports Squirm 2004. So when you select the type when you select the format you would like to publish a quiz, you also need to check what your LMS is compatible with. But we usually recommend our clients to use Squirm 2004 because this is the new version. I think I've answered all questions. So if you have any other questions, just don't hesitate to contact us on our website, to talk us in our chat on the website, call us whenever you need, or you can email to support@ispring.com, or me or my colleagues will be happy to help you, and we work 24/7. So just email or call us whenever you need. We'll be happy to assist you with your questions. And if you have questions on iSpring QuizMaker, on iSpring Suite, or any other iSpring products. So have a great day, everyone. And thank you for joining this webinar. It was nice seeing you. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Bye.